Hello, hello, hello. Good day. Welcome to Buntu Football. My name is Awah. Today is the final broadcast of our group prediction series of the AFCON 2023, which kicks off tomorrow in Cote d'Ivoire. I hope you are excited as I am. This is going to be a very good tournament. Today we're going to be looking at Group D, Group E, and Group F. And I'm also going to present you with a table and some statistics that would make things very interesting and spice up things for you. And I hope you like this. Let's start straight away with Group D. Group D, which is made up of Algeria, Burkina Faso, Mauritania, and Angola. Algeria qualified first from its group, scoring 9 goals and conceding a meager 2. Burkina Faso finished first in its group, scoring 8 goals and conceding 5. Mauritania scored 9 goals and conceding a whopping 7. And Angola scored 6 goals and conceded 5. That's a lot. Now, from those numbers, you can immediately say Algeria is going to top this group, Burkina Faso second, Mauritania third. However, please pay attention to the fact that Burkina Faso scored 8 goals in the qualifiers and Mauritania 9. And Mauritania conceded 7 and Burkina Faso 5. Now, if Mauritania can tighten up its defense a little bit, they might pose some problems to Burkina Faso. I do not feel that Angola is ready yet, but you just never know. So I think Algeria and Burkina Faso would make it through from this group. Now, going to Group E. Group E is made up of Tunisia, Mali, South Africa, and Namibia. This is a very tough group to call. Now, Tunisia qualified first from its group, scoring 11 goals and conceding 1. Now, Tunisia has the best defense in Africa from statistics. In the qualifiers, they were the best defense. Now, Mali was the second most prolific team, qualifying first from its group and scoring a whopping 15 goals and conceding only 2, with the second best defense in Africa. South Africa qualified second behind a strong Morocco team, but beating Morocco in the qualifiers, they scored 7 goals and conceded 6. They're conceding too many goals. Namibia, I'm not even sure if I need to present the statistics for Namibia. Namibia finished second in its group, scored 6 goals, conceded 6 goals, and they are not going to qualify out of this group. They're not going to be one of the third teams that qualify. No, this is going to be a learning curve for Namibia, and maybe next time they get a better group and qualify out of their group. Now, we're going to go straight to Group F. Group F is made up of Morocco, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Zambia, and Tanzania. I'm going to start in this group from the bottom and say Tanzania is out. Tanzania is playing some good football, but this is just too much for them. Too much firepower against them. They cannot cope in this group. Tanzania is making significant strides in football. They've got 2 good teams that are pushing the top teams in Africa in Simba and Young Africans, but I think this has come too soon for them. Zambia stands a real chance with a top manager in Avram Grant, who is in his second spell in an African country. I think Zambia would pose a lot of trouble to the Democratic Republic of Congo that qualified first from its group, scoring 11 goals and conceding only 4. And Morocco that topped its group, that included South Africa, scoring 8 goals and conceding only 3. Now, Zambia topped its group ahead of Cote d'Ivoire. Zambia can beat any team on its day. Beating Cote d'Ivoire is not a mean feat, and it was not by 1 goal. Zambia dominated Cote d'Ivoire with its counter-attacking football. Yes, Cote d'Ivoire had possession, but Zambia outplayed them. I watched this game live, and it was so beautiful, so good to see. So I am saying that this group is very tough to call. People are saying Morocco is one of the favorites to win the competition. Good luck to them. Let them first of all qualify from this group. This is going to be a very difficult group to call. Yes, Morocco are favorites, but the Democratic Republic of Congo and Zambia have a lot to say for that. Now, this table that I'm presenting to you is CAF's official final draw table. Now, if you look at this table, the way the teams are positioned using the CAF's ranking system, it's like CAF has already picked the group qualifiers, the teams that will make it through the group. However, it's not going to be straightforward. There are a lot of strong teams in this competition. Some teams are rebuilding, some teams are in transition, and we don't really know how they're going to play, like Cameroon, for example. So there are a lot of unknowns. Players are going to pick up injuries, yellow cards, things are going to happen. And by the end of the day, we might see that different teams are qualifying. So all I'm saying is CAF has called the groups with the favorites, but things can turn out differently. Now, I want to talk about the managers. And this is the interesting statistics that I wanted you to all see and use in your group predictions and also in predicting which teams will go furthest in this competition. Now, there are 24 managers in this competition. Of the 24 managers, 10 are non-Africans, 14 are African managers. So 14 teams are managed by African managers. Now, why I say that, it's very important. The last 10 African Nations Cup tournaments, in the last 10 African Nations Cup tournaments, 6 of the teams that have won this competition were managed by African managers, making up 60%. Now, in the last 5 Nations Cup, 3 of the teams that won the competition were managed by African managers. And in fact, one of them is managing now in Hugo Broos, who is the manager of South Africa, which is one of the reasons I say South Africa is a team to watch out for. In the next slide, what you would see is that I have grouped the teams according to how they have been predicted by betting companies and statistical companies as the teams most likely to win the African Cup of Nations. What I would term this list to be is the teams that are most likely to go furthest in this competition. Now, what I have done here is I have put the names of the managers by their percentage chances of winning this competition. Now, watch the next slide and see what I have done. Now, on this slide, what I have done is I have separated those teams that are managed by African managers from those teams that are managed by non-African managers. The reason I have done this is what I said before, is that 60% of the teams that have won the last 10 competitions were managed by African managers. And if you see here, 60% of the teams are now at the top and in black. Those are the teams that are managed by African managers. Now, do you think like me that it's most likely that from the 6 teams, 4 of them are going to go through to the semi-finals? I do not know. However, what I do know is that if you manipulate these teams, if you move them over, whatever way you do, the teams that are managed by an African manager will be in the majority. If statistics are true, if numbers do prove us right, then it is most likely that a team managed by an African manager is going to win the AFCON. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching.